Hi, I'm Susan Keefe from Rhubarb Cod, and today I'm making Çilbir Potato Rösti. Brunch is one of those meals you typically go out for, and there's a very good reason for this. It can be a surprisingly finicky meal to prepare, especially for a crowd. Timing is everything. Take Eggs Benedict, for example. This dish involves many components, all requiring different cookware and varying cook times. And yet, everything has to make it to the plate while it's in its prime. It's a delicate dance to make one serving, let alone a couple, or 4, or 5. That's why I like this Çilbir Potato Rösti. You have 2 to 4 servings that can be made and delivered to the table in one go. But you might be wondering what a Çilbir Potato Rösti is. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's çilbir served on top of a potato rösti. But this isn't a helpful explanation if you don't know what either of those 2 dishes are. Çilbir is a Turkish dish featuring poached eggs served on a bed of garlicky yogurt topped with a chili butter made with Aleppo pepper. Çilbir also features fresh herbs such as dill and/or mint.
Yes.
Okay.
No. Pass.
Sorry, I forgot the herb we actually used. Çilbir also features a few herbs such as mint and/or dill, and is served alongside crusty bread for dipping. Potato rösti is more or less a giant hash brown that hails from Switzerland. It's essentially grated seasoned potato that's fried in a skillet and flipped like a giant but delicate pancake. The traditional version is usually nothing more than potatoes, salt, and some kind of fat, usually butter. But there are all sorts of adventurous takes on this blank potato canvas out there, gracing brunch menus the world over. My personal favorite is smoked salmon and labna. But that's not what we're doing today. Today we're popping çilbir on top of our potato rösti, so let's get started. We're going to start by scrubbing 2 large russet potatoes. Once the spuds are clean, we're going to shred them using a grater before transferring them to a bowl. Add half a teaspoon of salt and a ton of fresh ground pepper. Set the potatoes aside and let sit for 15 minutes. The salt will encourage the potatoes to release more of their moisture, which is exactly what we want. We want to reduce the potato's considerable water content, so it will crisp up more readily when it hits the skillet. While the potatoes are resting, mince 1 clove of garlic and finely chop roughly 2 tablespoons of fresh mint leaves. Add the garlic followed by the mint to 1 1/4 cup of yogurt. Make sure you're using yogurt with 3% milk fat or higher. Add half a teaspoon of salt and stir to combine. Transfer the yogurt mixture to the fridge and chill until ready to serve. Once the 15 minutes have passed, line a fine mesh strainer with cheesecloth and transfer the shredded potato to the strainer. Gather the edges of the cheesecloth to form a bundle. Squeeze to force as much moisture out of the potatoes as possible. Return the potatoes to the bowl and set aside. Pour 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil in a large non-stick skillet. Heat the oil until shimmering, rotating the pan to ensure even coverage. Add the potato to the pan and press it with the back of a spoon to ensure it is evenly distributed. Dot the surface of the potatoes with 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter cut into small cubes. Keep the heat at medium or medium-low, depending on how hot your stove runs, and set a timer for 10 minutes. The butter will melt through the potatoes slowly. Once the 10 minutes are up, cover the rösti with a large plate. Carefully invert the frying pan to flip the rösti. Slide the rösti off of the plate and back into the pan and fry for an additional 8 minutes. While the rösti is frying, we're going to poach some eggs. Fill a large deep skillet with water and place over high heat. Bring to a boil and reduce to a gentle simmer. Add a tablespoon of white vinegar. The vinegar will encourage the egg whites to set more quickly when the eggs hit the water. Crack an egg into the ramekin. Using a spoon, swirl the water to create a vortex in the center of the pot. The swirling motion will encourage the egg whites to wrap in on themselves, so you'll have more compact poached eggs with fewer wispy edges. Bring the ramekin right up to the water's surface and pour the egg in. Repeat with 3 more eggs, taking care to create smaller vortexes so as not to disturb the eggs already in the pot. Set the timer for 3 minutes and make sure you keep the water at the barest simmer. You don't want to overcook the yolks. Once the 3 minutes have passed, take the eggs out of the water using a slotted spoon and transfer them to a plate lined with paper towel. Set aside. Discard the water and wipe out the skillet you used to cook the eggs. To the pan, add a 1/4 cup of unsalted butter and 2 teaspoons of Aleppo pepper flakes. If you don't have Aleppo pepper flakes, you can use 1 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes and 1 teaspoon of paprika. You can also use the Korean pepper flake gochugaru. I know from experience it works very well. Add a pinch of salt and let the butter melt and get acquainted with the pepper flakes. This shouldn't take more than a minute. By now, your rösti should be done. Once again, place a plate on top of it and invert the frying pan. Transfer the plate to the counter and top with the yogurt you made earlier. Place the eggs on top of the yogurt and drizzle with the chili butter. Garnish with mint leaves and mint blossoms and serve immediately. And there you go, Çilbir Potato Rösti, a brunch that comes together in under an hour and serves 2 or more. I hope you enjoy this one, and if you give it a go, let me know how it went in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to this channel. I post a new recipe once a week. Thank you for cooking with me. I'll see you all next time.